Got to pick something.
Okay. Executive 1 point.
Executive for 1. According to the text, the number 1 attribute to being an effective president, firsthand I see. Go ahead, Lynette. According to the text. 5, 4. Courage -1.
No.
Good answer.
And that's the lovebirds. Who's got next? Oh, it looks like Brian.
Courage.
-1 again. Zoom in on Brian right now. Go ahead.
35 years old.
-1 again.
You have to be 35.
But that's not the number 1. Go ahead, click it, Bowie.
You have to be a white male.
Number 1, persuasion. If you remember, the number 1 attribute was persuasion, or to convince people to do things that they already know that they're supposed to do. Caduce, if you'll just jump in with the hangover group back there. Pick me another category, Charlene's group.
Executive 2 points.
Executive for 2. First hand I see, executive order, executive agreement, executive privilege. Just need definitions. First hand I see, executive order, executive agreement, executive privilege. And you can't get bonus points if you end up negative. Some of you already are. Shame. 5, 4. Go ahead, discharge.
Executive order is a decree with the force law that requires legislative approval. So,
Hey, what's that?
requires legislative approval.
It does
Or
require?
does not require.
It does not require legislative approval. Yeah, executive order is where the president can make laws or make basically executive orders that have the effect of law without the approval of Congress. Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
Executive agreement is a pact between 2 countries or 2 leaders where Senate does not have to approve on.
Yeah, that's right. Lower level treaties with foreign countries. Again, the Senate does not require their consent or congressional consent generally. What is executive privilege? And this is the big one for the
executive
exam.
privilege is where the documents or anything that the president does not have to be publicly known by everybody.
Executive communication should be or could be allowed to be kept confidential. It's nowhere in the Constitution. When is it that the court generally grants claims of executive privilege? Anybody in the group? 5, 4, 3.
What was the question?
When? Come on. 2, 1. Go ahead. National security. Yeah, that's right. National security is actually the reason. Click it.
Thanks.
Executive order, ability of president to make law dealing with Article 2 powers without congressional approval. Lower level treaties with foreign countries which do not require consent of Senate. Executive privilege, confidentiality, dealing with executive branch communications. Hangover group, you gave me the last correct answer. Pick me a category. Gotta go.
Article videos, 2 points.
Article videos for 2. List all you can. Click it, Bowie. Water gun. You guys have it first, you'll have it next. What was the significance of the water gun? 5.
The little kid's picture.
What state was this in? 5, 4. What policy was involved? 3, 2. What picture was drawn? 2.
Like he drew his little friend and then he was like shooting it and then it looked like she was dead.
He was, okay, explain the picture a little bit more.
He was shooting a gun.
He drew 2 stick figures.
He drew 2 stick figures, yeah. If you go back and you look at this, 1, 2. This kid, and he was only a little kid, like 2nd grade or something. Yeah, he was very young. He drew 2 stick figures, and how did you know it was him, and how did you know it was the friend? He put the names. He put the names over top. And Pilar, you're right, 1, 2. Once they actually drew this picture, the names were on there, it looked like he was shooting and killing the friend. What did he do with the picture once he drew it?
He gave it to her.
Gave it to her, and she took it home, and what did her parents think?
That he was threatening her, so they called the school.
Parents thought it was a threat, they called the school. What is the policy that the school has dealing with guns?
You get to stay.
Zero tolerance policy. What is zero tolerance? Dealing with guns?
You don't get a warning. Like it's just like you get in trouble.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like with what?
Anything dealing with a gun. You could do everything dealing with a gun. You automatic suspension or they could punish you.
How did they punish the kid?
They suspended him.
They suspended him for
1 day.
1 day and 5.
What do you mean and?
And there was something else. There was the suspension and
They
5.
told his parents.
4.
Oh, he need counseling.
Counseling, yeah, he needed counseling. So New Jersey has a zero tolerance policy. What did the kid ultimately say that he drew?
A water
A
gun.
water
The
gun.
kid said that he actually drew a water gun on this, but he was still actually punished. Go ahead, touch the house. Pick me a category hangover group. Did it go black? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Article 4 points.
Article for 4. Pictionary, I need somebody to draw.
Okay, go. Yay.
Stick figure drawing a water gun.
Which one was this? Videos? Okay. That's what I need you to draw. 1 minute, starting on the 5. And you can't draw any words.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, that's it. Man. 40 seconds.
Yeah, his face got fucked up.
Is this like the Surgeon General?
Wow. Oh, a multicolored drawing
I don't know
now.
what's wrong with these people.
This isn't bad.
I know it's not.
40 seconds.
Oh, fuck.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What's going on?
You got right? Hold on.
Might want to zoom in on that. 5 seconds.
Shit, I don't know.
Fuck, man.
Makeup, is it?
Prostitutes?
It is makeup. I don't. Good lord. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, the caps are everywhere. You guys have it. First hand I see
I have
next.
no idea what that
Can you
means.
explain to me the significance of makeup in the context of the 1960 presidential election?
Yes, Richard Nixon did.
You guys have it. You'll have it next. You've got it third. Go.
Richard Nixon was going to go on a.
Who's he running against in 1960?
Kennedy.
JFK.
Nixon was running against Kennedy in 1960, and 1960 was it was a first for what particular
First
reason?
televised debate.
First televised presidential debate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me more.
Nixon came in with a 5 o'clock shadow. He came out of the hospital that night.
5 o'clock shadow. When white people come out of the hospital, they are.
Pale and sick. Go
What did you
sleep.
yell, Pilar?
Dead. They look dead.
They look dead. Thank you.
You know, they have insurance. They're alive, actually.
Wow. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was pale. He had a 5 o'clock shadow. Tell me more.
He didn't want to wear makeup because he thought it would be too feminine.
He didn't want to wear makeup because he thought it was too feminine and the Kennedy people would use it against him. What else did he not do well during that
When
debate?
he was speaking, he didn't look at the camera. He was looking all around.
the moderator.
He looked at the moderator, not at the camera, whereas Kennedy looked right straight into the camera, so people thought that he was talking to them. So you had the direction of the stare, you had the 5 o'clock shadow, you had the paleness in the makeup. Anything else? 5.
He thought that people would, see him for him and not his, that's why he didn't go through with the makeup.
Well, but the people that heard on the people that heard on the
Minus
radio,
4.
the people that
Minus 4. Who was it? It was Joseph's group. Oh, it was them? I thought it was Joseph's group actually from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me anything else you want to say?
They thought that he didn't look like the part because he was like sweating. He had a.
He was sweating too.
Oh, I said 5 o'clock shadow. That's a repeat.
He was sweating. Anything else that you can think of? 5, because there's still points. 4, 3. Anybody in the group? What's that?
People, do you realize how it was different from listening on the radio?
Why? What was the difference? What did people think?
Because Nixon, when you listen on the radio, they thought he won. But
Why did they think he won when they listened on the radio?
because of his speeches and his whatever was really good.
Because of his ideas. What did they think with Kennedy?
That it wasn't. He was just all good.
I thought Kennedy had bad ideas.
They thought Kennedy had bad ideas?
On the radio.
Minus 4!
Yeah!
I think y'all were next. Summer, I saw your hand.
Yeah, they wore like the same color as the background.
He wore the same color. Nixon actually wore the same color, 1, 2, 3, 4 suit as the background, so he blended in more. So the people that listened on the radio thought that Nixon won because his ideas were better. What did the people that watched on TV think?
they thought, I mean, Kennedy was more professional with the popped out, like the
The
suit.
popped out collar?
I mean, not collar, but he wore like flag suit and he looked more.
He was what?
Didn't he wear like some kind of collar shirt? Not like kind of.
Kennedy had a colored shirt?
He-
Minus 4! Okay, go, discharge.
Just don't look down when you say that.
Go, go!
They thought,
Tell me about the TV.
They thought Kennedy was better when they watched TV because he just presented a more positive image.
He did. He actually did present way better. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He just was more charismatic, I guess.
Yeah, and frankly, he looked into the camera. He was tan because he had come back from California. He had a suit that was separated from the background. Go ahead, if you would click it, if you'll hit the light, if you'll lower the screen. Discharge, if you'll pick me another category, please. You don't have to wait for it to go all the way.
Articles 5.
Articles for 5. 5 things the president can do when presented with a bill from Congress. I do think it's Joseph this time. You'll have it next, though. Go, Joseph.
You can approve it.
President can sign the bill into law. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He can veto it.
Veto it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if the president vetoes it, is it dead?
No, it can be overruled.
With what?
2/3 vote.
2/3 vote of Congress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the House and the Senate. So you can sign it, you can veto it. What else can you do?
You can sit on it.
What's that called?
Pocket veto.
And how does a pocket veto work, Joseph?
He basically does nothing, and then if it's within a certain amount of time.
What is that certain amount of time? 5.
10 days.
10 days. So explain the 10-day rule.
If it's within 10 days, that he pocket vetoes.
Wait. What happens within 10 days?
That if he pocket vetoes it within 10 days of Congress adjourning, then it's killed.
Then it's killed. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can it be overridden?
No.
No, it cannot actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what if it's longer than 10 days?
Then Congress can go back and vote for it.
Oh, so close. Minus 5. You've got it next. If it's longer than 10 days, it automatically becomes law without the president's signature. Go, discharge.
Would you just want me to say anything?
So they can sign it into law, you can veto it, you can pocket veto it. There's 2 other things. One of them is legal and one of them isn't.
You can write like something underneath
the
it.
PS.
You can write something, what's it called?
You can either line item veto.
Okay, what's a line item veto? Because that's one of them too.
Line item veto is where Congress gives approval for him to just kind of cross out certain parts of the
What kind of a bill is it?
financial.
Financial budget bills. A line item veto is where the president can go line by line to Congress's bill and not veto the whole thing, but take out certain parts. This is unconstitutional, but it was legal for just a very little while. What is that thing at the bottom? 5.
I know George Bush did a lot of them.
Oh, that's a start. What is that thing at the bottom? 5.
It was a
4. 3. What's it called?
presidential state
Signing statement?
Presidential signing statement. What is a presidential signing statement?
Oh my God.
You really pulled that one out.
It's like when they agree with the law, but then they kind of put President Bush was like when they did the law banning banning like torture.
Torture. Zoom in on her. Yeah.
When he did the law banning torture, President Bush said, yes, we can ban torture, but in cases of national security, if I need to get information out of someone, I'm going to use torture.
Yeah, actually, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Signing statements. What kinds of laws does this win? Can the president issue a signing statement on anything, or is there something very specific? 5. 4. Can the president issue a signing statement on any law, or does it have to deal with a specific power?
National security.
National security. Where does national security fall in the Constitution? 5. 4. Because you're right, but be more specific. 3.
First Amendment? I don't know.
Minus 5.
No, Article 2.
Article 2.
Where does it fall? Article 2. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The president can issue signing statements if it falls within the president's Article 2 powers. And ultimately, who is given the most in presidential history?
President Bush.
You guys have control.
Oh, snap.
President Bush, yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you describe how many President Bush has given?
I know.
I think it's more than every
Wrong.
president
Right here.
combined.
More than every other president combined. 1, 2,
I have
3,
the
4,
number.
5.
I have the number.
Okay.
About 5 points.
Go ahead.
807.
Yeah, that's actually right. 807 challenges. And that's hangover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 46. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 47. 25, 0, negative 1. If you'll touch the board, please. If you'll pick me the next category.
Hodgepodge for 2.
Hodgepodge for 2. List all you can. Click it. I am faith. If someone, and you guys have it first, the next group, the next hand I see will get it. The I am faith. Let's see. They, Nancy, only have 4. If you'll jump in with them. And Liz, if you'll jump in with Joseph, because they only have 4 as well. You'll kind of pick it up as we go. The I am faith. Something that we dealt with on Wednesday. Shame.
Is this the guy that This is the guy that.
Oh, you know what? If the hangover herself is the one discussing religion, this is a bad sign. Go ahead.
It's the guy that went around and said that he could cure people that like wear wheelchairs and stuff.
Faith healing, yes. 1, 2, you've taken the lead. What is faith healing, Maggie, as you understand it? Not whether you believe it or not.
Basically, like, if you were sickly and he'll get the.
If you send him money, he'll come out to you and he will give you something.
Maggie, can you demonstrate how the faith healer does it?
Okay.
Zoom in on this.
Do it to him, yeah.
You're going to do it to Sean?
I'm rising.
5, 4.
She did it.
She did it. She made him walk when he couldn't.
You gotta hit him in the forehead.
Make him stand.
Faith healers are basically a laying of the hands.
Oh, she did do that.
No, you don't wave them. It's a laying of the hands. You invoke the spirit from above. What did this guy do?
The power of Christ
He asked
compels
for
you.
money.
Yes, we're trying to help support. Yeah.
His church. to help
Yeah, he did. This guy actually sent out a series of letters, 1, 2. And these letters actually asked for money to support his gift, which was faith healing or the laying of the hands, invoking of the Spirit and curing people. They asked him to come and see them, oftentimes because they were sick, right? What happened when he got there?
So a lot of times it wouldn't work, so they decided that they wanted to sue him.
What they think he was?
Fraud.
They thought he was a fraud. They thought this was a scam. Yeah, he went out there and didn't heal anybody, and they wanted their money back. They sued him. What was his argument as far as why he shouldn't have to give back
He
money?
didn't advertise that he would like promise.
never said he would
to
actually
cure
He
Yeah.
them.
never said he would heal them. He just asked for money to share his gift. But there was something else, too, dealing with the First Amendment. 5.
Because of religion.
Yeah, I know. 5.
Like because of his church.
Because it was
it would-
he was doing it freedom of he
would
was
hurt.
doing it like honorable like he, I don't know.
4.
If they did
He was
money
doing
back,
it
then he would take the money
sincerely.
away from his church.
It was
And he
genuine.
It was genuine.
Yeah,
He was
genuine.
Wait, no, I don't want the court's ruling yet. I want his argument.
-4.
Minus, getting ready to be. 3, 2.
Wait, what?
Wait, what was the question?
I want to know what his argument was. -2. Okay, who's got it next, Bowie? In the back. Go ahead, Joseph.
He said that he was giving the money to help his church. That's why. It was
And if they took his money
it would
away,
be hurting his church.
and if they took his money away, it would be killing his church. Yes. What did the court hold? Did they rule in favor of him, or was he a scam?
They said it's in favor of him
They said in favor of him. Why?
because he didn't promise in his flyers that he was going to help everybody. It's if they wanted to believe.
Now, I've heard this.